Jadyn is a YouTuber who makes daily content on Twitter drama, mainly revolving around Minecraft and Dream SMP members. As most of you clicking on this video know by now, Jadyn has been in quite a bunch of controversies, ranging from small mundane ones to some that are pretty big and mean more than just haha funny Jadyn mad lamau. She also goes by the name Jalyn now instead of Jadyn, so for the sake of the video I'll be referring to her by that name, makes things less confusing for the both of us. Now I'm sure you guys have heard of the Jadyn Cycle, coined after her channel name before she changed her own to Jalyn. To sum it all up as quickly as I can, the Jadyn Cycle is the constant repeat of Jalyn stating some drama on either Twitter or YouTube, people rightfully criticizing her, dismissing those people as haters and doubling down on her take, and then going absolutely ballistic on pretty much everybody involved before backpedaling on what she said or did and saying how she won't do it again, with some sympathy baiting thrown in for good measure, only for it to repeat. It's something that a lot of people on Twitter have constantly dealt with to the point of absurdity, but the most recent one might have been the straw that broke the camel's back. Now of course, before we get into the Jadyn Cycle, you must first take a look at her start on YouTube to see what led to her going down this path. Jalyn started uploading videos on January 25th, 2017, and as expected, her first video was a Minecraft video titled Minecraft PE Realms Episode 1, a crudely made video of Minecraft Pocket Edition.
Hey, what's going on, guys? It's, Jadyn Plays Games here, or Lex J, and, I guess this is my first episode of Minecraft Pocket Edition Realms. Yeah, I'm just gonna scroll up, and, yeah. My original recording was 10 minutes long.
She would get her first taste of YouTube success by uploading videos about the infamous Minecraft server 2b2t. People on the server didn't like how she was making YouTube videos about it, and one person managed to hack all of her accounts on her PC through a dirty file they sent to her that she downloaded. She managed to get her accounts back and everything under control, but almost gave up on YouTube, but decided to give it another shot. She deleted most of her 2b2t videos and started to upload general Minecraft content again. Jalyn would keep making her Minecraft videos, but things started to shift into more commentary style around early to mid 2020, with notable successful videos being These YouTubers Are Lying About Sunday and Golden Mods Terminated. After seeing the success of these videos, she would start to shift her content from Minecraft gameplay videos to commentary videos that include Minecrafters periodically in them before going full commentary and just talking about whatever the popular Twitter drama at the time was. Within mere months after going into commentary alone, she had a couple big videos under her sleeve, like Why People Are Mad at Dream, and her most viewed video to date, Corpse Husband Face Reveal. She garnered a massive audience of subscribers in a very short amount of time, going from 5k subscribers in April 2020 to the coveted 100k subscribers by February 2021. A little before getting to that mark though, the first instance of the Jadyn Cycle would peek its head around the corner. On January 17th, 2021, Jalyn would make a tweet about how she's so proud of herself for not getting caught up in the numbers and success of her channel and how she's happy at where she's at, only for her very next post to be her complaining that a video got 9 out of 10 on her channel, contradicting her earlier statement. A couple of YouTubers such as Lerix would clown on her for acting like a hypocrite, and instead of just ignoring people and taking the L, Jalyn decides to post a bunch of, to put it lightly, unnecessary things about people talking shit about her, and even flexes her analytics for people to see, bragging about how much better her channel is doing than theirs. Needless to say, this instance came off as very off-putting for most people, considering she isn't a small YouTuber barely making any money. She's pulling in a decent amount of money from her channel during this time. Not to mention, she went from humble bragging to telling people the famous 3-letter phrase all in the same conversation. It just didn't sit right for a lot of people. It felt like she was having a self-ego trip, and if there's one thing people don't like to see, it's ego tripping and belittling others. Now listen, looking back on the conversation now, it should have been a red flag for what was to come in the future, but this was the first instance of Jalyn losing her shit on Twitter, and as stupid as the drama was, people always slip up every couple of months, so most people just let it slide and moved on with their lives. Little did anyone know, however, the drama was the start of the Jadyn Cycle, as there was much more to come in the future. April 11th rolls by and people were still trashing on Jalyn and her content, only around this time it was a lot more than typical. Trolls will be trolls as expected, but the trash talk was extra spicy during this time, and eventually Jalyn responded with 2 Twitter videos basically just talking shit to all the small commentators and how they don't matter and how they don't understand the YouTube grind, all that sort of stuff.
I am so tired of these small commentary channels always coming after me. Like, these talk the most shit, and their content is some of the worst content I've ever seen on YouTube.
Most videos have a combination of 3 elements that make them good: visuals, audio, and commentary.
You're boring. You're boring. You take 2 months to make a crappy video that no one cares about on a subject that no one cares about. So yeah, of course your video is not gonna do well. See, when you actually become a YouTuber, you understand supply and demand. And if you want to make this a business, you want to make this a full-time job, you need to upload daily content. Every single YouTuber is competing with every other YouTuber. So if you don't upload daily, the algorithm will promote other people over you. I don't need to put 2 months into every single video. I don't. It's not necessary.
She ends the rant with a long Twitter post about how people tell her she doesn't deserve her success and how she will always be in her grind 24/7. Pretty much telling everybody that she won't give in to the haters and continue to post banger videos every day of the week. The Twitter rant comes off as very insecure, as I feel she isn't telling just the trolls that she'll never stop posting videos and whatnot, but also to herself. It sounds like someone trying to convince themselves something by saying it out loud and psyching themselves into believing the words coming out of their mouth, or in this case, the text. Later on that same day, Jalyn posts a tweet longer coming out as bi and how hiding it has affected her mental health, and that by coming out it would be less of a burden on her, hopefully. It was quite the turn of events, and people weren't expecting to see that news on the same day of a notable meltdown, but it did give people an insight on her mental health struggles that she was facing at the time. It's reasonable for someone to lash out easily when not in a good mental state, so while the trolls kept trolling, at least people had a reason to see why she had been acting in such an erratic way. Months go by and there wasn't much Twitter drama involving her going around. She came out as trans in May and started going by Jalyn, keeping the Jadyn name on her main channel for branding purposes, while changing it on her alternate channels. She keeps making her videos, trolls keep clowning on her, stuff you already come to understand by now, let's be real. Life is good for all parties, but then one day she decides to make a particular Twitter post, and that post will lead to yet another instance of the Jadyn cycle. On July 17th, Jalyn makes a post saying, "Why are religious people so sensitive?" And you already know when someone makes such a bold claim that there will definitely be a lot of drama ensuing for the next few hours. Not to mention, the statement's already a bit hypocritical considering the prior dramas from before, but I digress. The drama itself was batshit if you were there for it. Jalyn basically goes on an absolute tear on religion, saying how people are weak if they believe in it, and how it should be eradicated. It even compares religion and religious people to a certain group of Germans that were very prominent in the 1930s and 40s. Yeah, she was absolutely losing her shit during this Twitter fiasco. All while this is going down, she's in an argument with Tipster, a news YouTuber, as he is a religious man himself, and while Tipster starts off the conversation with a friendly statement saying how he respects people's beliefs but finds it shitty for someone to bash on religious people, Jalyn just starts to double down on her "religious people are weak" argument in a very aggressive manner that we all have come to know by now. Tipster comments how despite the fact that he's supported Jalyn before, it's great to know she doesn't support him back and views him as mentally weak for believing in something that gives him purpose to his life. Jalyn then goes nuclear on him, calling him a piece of shit and making some weird future allusions as if Tipster is some sort of big bad person who will be exposed one day. Now I wish I had more screenshots of their argument because it was absolutely ballistic once they started full-blown arguing. Jalyn started arguing pretty much everyone who commented on any of her posts, and then straight up deactivated Twitter once she realized how bad she fucked up after literally everyone was trashing on her and nobody was on her side. Listen, if you're gonna make a nuclear statement on Twitter, expect a massive backlash and learn to handle the pressure from said take. There was no reason for Jalyn to make this statement in the first place. She just says it out of nowhere, and the fact that she ended up going batshit and arguing with everybody shows just how fragile she truly is. She can make an edgy statement, but if you don't back her up or start to explain to her why she's wrong, she will start to go crazy on anyone and everyone because she can't handle the heat. It's as simple as that. If you play with fire, you're gonna get burned, you reap what you sow. All of those idioms apply to this situation. I will say though, this meltdown was pretty entertaining to watch cause man, this was the first real instance of Jalyn being beyond sensitive. This was like a person who pretends to be all tough, but once they get what's coming to them, they run away with their tail tucked between their legs, crying about how everyone is so mean to them. I'm sure y'all have dealt with these kind of people in y'all's life before. They act tough but can't handle the heat once it comes their way. It's honestly pretty funny. In this case, you just get on your phone, scroll through Twitter, and watch everybody kinda lose their shit. But hey, entertainment is entertainment, and everybody likes a good laugh every now and then. Now by this point, people came to understand that Jalyn wasn't exactly the best person to be around. Sure, people trashing her content, and while I personally believe that judging someone based off their content is wrong, her personality doesn't help her look any better whatsoever. Jalyn has shown that she has a huge victim complex, as if you criticize her for her awful takes, she will go out of her way to talk shit to you and threaten you simply because you don't agree with her, then pedal back on everything she has said once she realized how much of an ass she was making herself out to be. And yet, this religion drama wasn't even the biggest of the Jadyn cycle. No, that one was soon to come. August 27th comes by, and big news in the Minecraft community drops. Technoblade has cancer. Now during this time, I was in a group chat with Jalyn and other people, and when this news dropped, we were all pretty reluctant on her to make a video about the subject, considering it was so soon and the subject matter itself. We told her not to do it, and considering the messages are now deleted as she deactivated her Twitter, you'll have to take my word for it, I don't leak DMs. She told us she was going to talk shit about the trolls making videos on his diagnosis rather than the diagnosis itself. At that point, it was fair game, we warned her, and there was nothing we could do but wait for the video to drop. You know what she ended up doing though? She made her now infamous tweet talking trash about other content creators for making videos on the Technoblade situation. I remember as soon as I saw that tweet go live, I knew it would not end good for her. Me and the others in the group chat already knew she was going to make a video on the situation before she tweeted that, so seeing her post it was extremely hypocritical of her and clearly showed us that she had a huge lack of self-awareness. I mean, come on, man. How could you say you're gonna make a video on a controversial topic, then call out others for doing what you're about to do? It made no fucking sense, and by all means, it was just a waiting game for when the video would drop by that point. Of course, Jalyn drops I Feel Awful for Technoblade, a 6-minute video talking about Technoblade's cancer diagnosis and talking trash about the people making fun of it. The video is just like any other Jalyn video, but considering the fact she was being a complete hypocrite by making the video in the first place, she even makes fun of other channels for what she's doing in the very video. It's so mind-blowing.
Also, one thing that I do want to mention is these channels are just really scummy. The dude just announced that he has cancer, and they're already uploading 10 videos using flashy thumbnails, trying to clickbait people into watching. This person literally just uploaded somebody else's stream. Look, I understand if you want to talk about it or make a video like this, but to re-upload somebody else's stream and give it this clickbait title, put people crying in the thumbnail, that's just extremely messed up in my opinion. I don't know, I just kind of had a problem with these channels in the past. I've seen them upload videos about Tommy in it having and they pretty much did the same thing.
At the very beginning of the video, she says how she'll donate the money to charity and you're just supposed to take her word for it. It doesn't make any sense.
I feel awful for Technoblade. Now, before we get into the video, I just wanted to say that any money this video does make will be donated to charity.
I'm sorry, I want to believe Jalyn, but I can't considering she made the video the day the drama dropped, and I warned her, along with others, that this wasn't going to end well for her. The lack of self-awareness is palpable, yes, but what happens on Twitter takes things to a whole nother level. Now, I did my best to find as many screenshots as I could, but let me explain everything because it was the most wild Twitter drama involving Jalyn to date. As expected, people started trashing her for making the video, especially after calling out others for making Technoblade videos prior in that day. It was like a culmination of all the anti-Jalyn hate pouring out all at once, and it was just wild to watch. In the group chat, she was losing her shit and we were trying to calm her down while explaining that she had this coming for making the tweet and the video in the first place, and in public Twitter threads, it was literally war. Jalyn was arguing with a whole slew of other prominent YouTubers like Sensitive Society and Swan, and was fighting a losing battle against pretty much all of Twitter. She then, for whatever reason, decides to post her video analytics as if to brag about how well it's doing, basically having an ego trip the entire time, and claims that haters gonna hate, which is just a complete 180 given the way she was acting in those mostly deleted messages. It didn't make any sense. Jalyn was trying to play both the victim and the aggressor at the same time, and it was not working out for her whatsoever. Eventually, YouTuber Optimus catches wind of the drama and makes his own comments on what's going on, and Jalyn has a complete mental breakdown and starts to argue with him on the timeline, giving everybody a lot of entertainment in the process. Jalyn accuses Optimus of doing something similar with one of his own videos. Optimus defends himself in that video, and then Jalyn starts to talk about how everyone hates her, and how she tried so hard to change, and how people keep harassing her for no reason. Some self-pity type stuff going on. It was very strange to see someone tell another to KYS, then to basically beg for pity all within the same day, and to top it all off, being the one who started the drama in the first place. Everything revolved around Jalyn, and people were watching her have a mental breakdown on a scale never seen before. Jalyn and Optimus go on for a good while, and while a lot of the screenshots are gone, the conversation pretty much ends up with Optimus saying that he'll be making his own video on the situation soon, and people go to bed knowing that the drama isn't quite over yet, and that there's still more to come the next day. August 27th was a night to remember, and for those of y'all that were there when things were going down, it was one of the best Twitter dramas by far in a long time. We still had the next day to look forward to even more drama and trash talk too. The next day rolls by and Optimus gets a video out called Commentary Crusade, Jadyn, a 40-minute video going over the Twitter drama plus Jalyn's recent video, I Messed Up, pretty much giving his viewers the entire overview of what went down the night before. Optimus first talks about what went down last night and gives context as to why he's making the video in the first place.
And what's super ironic about it is shortly before uploading this YouTube video, Jadyn actually used their more private, I guess, or personal, I should say, Twitter account to shit on the people who were, spamming out content, basically trying to capitalize on the situation. These channels are already milking the Technoblade situation, which, yeah, they are, okay? That's not a false statement. These channels very clearly were, within a few hours of the diagnosis, you got a video out of basically stealing people's content to fucking react to a topic at hand here that's so sad. Jadyn was not in the wrong, but then, of course, you turn around and upload a video doing the same exact thing, people are going to go ahead and say something about that. So that's exactly what happened.
Talking about how Jalyn knew what she was getting herself into, and how her mental breakdown on Twitter was pretty weird to watch go down, especially after she said how much of a fan she is to him.
I can handle Swan coming for me. That dude has had it out for me since I joined this community, but not Optimus, not someone I've looked up to for years. I can't handle this shit. None of this matters. What do you people want from me? I've tried all I can, it's never enough. So this tweet came out after I defended myself publicly from the bullshit that was basically thrown at me. And honestly, this tweet creeps me out a little bit because it's almost as if Jadyn kind of weirdly worships me or something. Like, I respond one time and say that I disagree with what this person has done, and next thing you know, I can't handle Optimus fucking saying anything about me, man. I've looked up to him for years. I just can't handle this shit. Nothing I do matters. What does everyone want from me? Nothing I do's enough. I've tried everything I can. Like, what, dude?
He then reacts to Jalyn's response video, pretty much taking apart every argument that she had, and showing people how much of a scumbag she truly is for taking advantage of the cancer diagnosis for as much money and attention as possible.
No, man, that was not the only point, okay? You took a cancer diagnosis and had a video hours out, from all this. After you had shit on other channels for milking the situation, you turned and did the same thing that a lot of these other channels did. That was the main point. If you're gonna milk a topic for views, own it, okay? Don't try and play both sides.
To me, this was just another daily video about something I wanted to talk about. It was just another trending thing in the Minecraft community. It was not my intentions at all to benefit from Technoblade's situation. I just wanted to get another video out.
Oh, it wasn't my intention to benefit, guys. I would never try to benefit on something like this. Says the guy who spammed the whole video full of metadata to get their video promoted about a cancer diagnosis right after it happened and right after they shit on other people for doing it. It was absolutely your intention, okay? And you actually really proved that when you came to Twitter and shared these screenshots where you flexed the fact that it was your best performing video of your last 10, and you flexed that it had thousands of likes, which, pathetically enough, also included yourself. But remember, right? Haters just gonna hate. It wasn't my intention to benefit haters gonna hate. Look how great my 1 out of 10 videos doing. You guys, this is so great. I'm making so much money off this one, man. I'm getting so many clicks.
He even talks about how he tried to reach out to Jalyn to try and squash their Twitter beef before making vids on each other, but that she ended up saying how she was going to ignore the situation to move on, only to make a response video anyway.
As I'm gonna show you in this screenshot here, I tried my best to get everything settled with Jadyn, and Jadyn is making it out as if I did not reach out and is trying to make this point that, like, you know, I didn't try to help. That isn't the case at all. Me and Tipster actually were both very concerned about Jadyn's mental health, because obviously this was a mental breakdown. This should have never have happened. But of course, this is getting pinned back on me like I'm some heartless piece of shit who just simply didn't care, when that's not the case at all. Do you need to talk? I'm here if you need me. It's too late. It's all over. Optimus is coming for me. I tried to stop you. It's fine. I just need to ignore it and continue uploading. So first and foremost, it's too late. It's all over. Optimus is coming for me. What the kind of statement is that, bro? This motherfucker's talking about me like I'm the Gestapo, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm the secret police.
The video is pretty long and mostly a big rant, but it was entertaining nonetheless and was the first big YouTuber showing people how Jalyn truly is. She will do whatever it takes to get a quick buck, but throws a fit when people rightfully call her out for her hypocrisy, and then wonders why people don't like her or want to defend her. Jalyn would respond with the short video titled, My Response, pretty much waving the white flag, saying how she will take down the Technoblade video, which is now back up on her channel by the way, and how she will be taking a break off of Twitter, which she never did by the way. Yeah, looking back on this video, it was a load of shit. I already knew she wouldn't stay off Twitter, but to reinstate the Technoblade video after the drama died down, it's disappointing. Can't say I'm surprised though, but it really shows you the kind of person Jalyn is. Lying not only to her haters, but her fans. Here we cap off yet another instance of the Jadyn cycle, with this Technoblade and Optimus drama being the biggest one so far. Jalyn shows that she has a lack of self-awareness, or better yet, acts this way to try and get away with blatant hypocrisy and to be a general dickhead to people that disagree with her. It's quite sad really, but I won't lie to you and say it isn't entertaining to watch her fuck up and start digging herself a hole that she won't ever get out of no matter how hard she tries. She must be halfway to China by this point, and she's only digging more vigorously, as we have yet another instance of the Jadyn cycle to go over. Remember Lerix, that one YouTuber I mentioned earlier in the video? Well, after trying to change up his content a few times and not doing too well, he decided to go back to his roots and start making commentary videos again. This was a very smart decision, as only a week into things, he dropped a video titled, Why I Don't Like Jadyn, going over a recent smaller Jadyn cycle that happened on Twitter. To sum it all up, Jadyn pretty much threatened to false flag a small YouTuber because she doesn't like them and because they keep using her pictures of her in their videos, even though she made a face reveal on her second channel beforehand, which has since been deleted by the way. There's no reason for her to be rationally mad at the YouTuber using pics of her that she made public, but this is Jalyn we're talking about. There's no rationality to begin with. She admits that it's because she's insecure about herself, but then tries to deflect it by saying that there are literal doxes of her on the internet, but she doesn't flag those, and how she would never false flag a video to begin with, backpedaling and completing the Jadyn cycle once more. However, the drama goes a bit further though, because Jalyn would catch wind of Lerix's video and in typical fashion would allude to it on her Twitter account before outright threatening to false flag it in the comments, because what else can you expect at this point from her? Lerix makes a post about this and a whole bunch of people catch wind of it, because Jalyn and Twitter drama go hand in hand together. Of course, once the masses start to get in on all the drama, Jalyn starts to lose her mind, posting how YouTube will decide, implying she flagged the video and now a YouTube representative was taking a look at it, then acting like a victim, even though she threatened to false flag the video in the first place. You know, the victim that posts edgy jokes such as all these on your screen right now. Take a good hard look at all these, only for all of a sudden to act like the victim because someone is making fun of her online. It's like once she gets all that smoke coming her way, she all of a sudden is a huge victim in this situation and everybody is bullying her, and she also wants to be an edgy person at the same time. She has to choose one already, because trying to be both the victim and the edgy person just don't work. She only acts like a victim to avoid responsibility, and frankly at this point it just makes her look like a bigger hypocrite than she already is, so by all means she should keep the act up. It's entertaining in its own fucked up sort of way. Jalyn then decides to show everyone her flag history to justify that she's never false flagged anyone before, but this just makes it look worse as she flagged Lerix's video from before that I showed you, and people already knew what direction this was heading in. I started to gather screenshots of the drama cause you know, content, and oh boy was there some content to go over. She completely goes off the rails again around this time and tells someone that they deserve to not live in a very demonetized way. Turkey Tom catches wind of the drama at this point and rightfully calls her out for her behavior and for being a massive piece of shit. Jalyn then decides in their next smart move to DM him, pretty much just getting mad at him for being mean to her. Cue the self-pity and saying how she might deactivate her Twitter again because the commentary community wants to bring everyone down and it's so bad and they always bully her, blah 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 blah. She then deactivates her Twitter once more as expected, but we all know this isn't going to be for long, as the very next day there was a leaked Discord message of her saying her secret to using Twitter still is through her old suspended account, thus showing everybody that she is terminally online and will never stick to her word as expected. Lerix also makes another Jalyn video going over her meltdown from the night before, one caused by a video with less than 2,000 views at the time, mind you, and that was the end of yet another instance of the Jadyn cycle. There's a little more to the story though, as YouTuber TommyCSTFP had a live stream where he watched Lerix's video and talks about it, and at one point brings in Jalyn to join in on the stream. The conversation they had together was short and sweet, so let's give it a watch together, shall we?
Jalyn?
What?
What do you mean? What are we on a bus stop? Did a train just go by? You didn't hear what I said? Like, don't you realize how hypocritical that is?
Not really. I just pressed the flag button. That's really all there is.
Why did he deserve
YouTube chose
You
to
deserve.
not take down the video.
Oh, shut up! I already heard this. I hope you get flagged off. I hope you get flagged off the platform. And you know what? I am going to go out of my way. I am going out of my way. I am calling goddamn Optimus after this, and I'm going anybody to listen, never to help you when you get in trouble. Not one person. Not Nick, not Keemstar, not Mudahar, anybody. I will fly to Toronto and get my hands and knees and say, Mudahar, whip out your because I'm going to just so you don't help Jadyn. Got that? That's what I'm going to do, because you're a prick. Yeah, how dare you talk about like people getting murdered, you cocksucker. Bye.
Okay.
He's putting on a show.
Yep, her justification for flagging Lerix was because he deserved it. And if YouTube didn't want to take the video down, then so be it. How typical, deflecting her own actions away from her and pretending like she did nothing wrong. What else can you expect from Jalyn at this point? This has been all of the Jadyn cycles so far, and as we've all learned by now, she won't change her ways no matter what she says. This has been going on since January 2021, almost a whole year now, so we all know what to expect every time one happens. Listen, I'm not one to make fun of someone for their content, only their personality, and frankly, Jalyn has a shit personality. With the constant flip-flopping and trying to play the edgy person and the victim at the same time during these cycles, I wonder if she has one at all, to be honest, because what kind of sane person would tell someone to not live in a very bad way, only to beg for sympathy in the very same argument on multiple occasions? Clearly she only does this to deflect any criticism and make people feel bad for her. A manipulation tactic, mind you, but as I've said before, I'd be lying if I said it's not entertaining as hell, because I have never seen someone so unwilling to not only not stick to their own word, but to do whatever it takes to come off as a victim, even if it makes them look like a complete hypocrite in the process. Shit, now that I think about it, making this video might have another Jadyn cycle ensue, but considering the fact that she's not on her main Twitter at the moment, we'll just have to wait and see. Also, because I'm not a big YouTuber, she probably won't care. Just make sure to keep that energy up and not false flag this video as well, Jalyn, but we all know you will, because deep down, you can handle the truth when it's right in your face. All you want to do is make money and that's it. I'll be looking forward to your eventual Twitter rant, Jalyn, but for the meantime everyone, let's all end this video on a nice clip from our favorite content creator.
Hello and welcome to the outro. I don't know if you guys know this, but I have a Twitch, alright? And I just want money. Tons and tons of money. I want to be mega billion trillionaire like Moist Critical. He makes billions and trillions and just money, okay? I want to make money, so just subscribe. Follow, like, share, comment. Yeah, subscribe.